The wait is over. Under the lights, where legacies are forged and hometown heroes are made, two teams prepare for battle. Tonight, everything is on the line. Sweat, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of victory. It all starts right now. Welcome to the Park Ridge Health System pregame show.
Welcome to the Park Ridge pregame show. We are here on Mix TV for rivalry games. We are at Cleveland Middle School. Excited to be here after somewhat of a lengthy weather delay. Again, I'm Andy Morris here with Jacob Mason to call this game between the Ocoee Middle School Colts here making the trek across town to Cleveland Middle School to take on the Blue Raiders.
Yeah, man, super excited to be here. You know, when middle school football starts, that also means that Friday night lights are on the horizon. And what better way to kick it off than watching the future of, you know, some of these high school programs out here with these middle school guys. And, man, I was here for the game last year. I did Mix TV there as well. Man, it was a lot of fun. It was a great matchup.
Yeah, of course, we love showcasing our students here in this community between Cleveland City Schools, Bradley County Schools. What a great way to kick things off with Ocoee Middle. Jacob, we're going to allow you to talk about them in just a second, of course, here at Cleveland Middle School. Great host. Appreciate them for having us to kick off our rivalry game series. This is the first of 3 middle school rivalry games, and we're going to continue this, of course, next week, as you alluded to, Jacob. Thursday, you've got the big kickoff game, Cleveland on the road at Walker Valley. Huge game, followed up by Friday night, Bradley Central at McMinn. So that's one thing that we're excited to be able to showcase and bring game coverage for all of our viewers, all of our listeners across all of our platforms at WCLE, but specifically Mixed TV rivalry games.
Well, I don't think we realize how blessed we are. So, you know, one of the Ocoee coaches that just walked by, he just moved in from California, and he said, dude, is this game televised? Is it being broadcasted? And I said, it absolutely is. He goes, I'm going to have to text my friends back home. This is crazy. We love our student athletes here, and we want to spotlight them in any way that we can. And so it's exciting that we get to start off the year here at Cleveland Middle School. Your boy right here, learned to play football right here on this field. So.
That's right. Jacob Slim Money Mason, as we like to refer to him. I'd say back in the day in middle school, you were down in the trenches. That was before your Slim Money days.
Yeah, it was before the Slim Money days. But, hey, they had me benching over 200 pounds before I got into 8th grade, and so I appreciate them very much. Nowadays, I don't know that I could get the bar off.
I was going to say, so what happened, Jacob?
Yeah,
that's what I'm curious about.
I don't know that I could do it, man. Things have changed.
Yeah, so if you notice at the bottom of the screen on the ticker, we're 2 minutes and 20 seconds away from the opening kickoff. Of course, we mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, we were on a lengthy weather delay, so we're now set for roughly a 7:25 first kick. Originally, it was put out there 6:30 kickoff, then they pushed it back to 7. Then the weather became an issue, some pop-up storms across the area, but things look good, look clear, and fingers crossed we're able to start on time and get this game in tonight between the Cleveland Middle School Blue Raiders and the Ocoee Middle Colts. Excited to be here. Of course, we got to thank everyone here at Cleveland Middle School, starting with first-year principal Emily Raper, along with athletic director Scott Carroll. They've allowed us to bring our mix crew in here, our mixed trailer, Austin Chadwick, getting Ratcliffe and company there, making sure that we're able to bring you guys this wonderful coverage of middle school rivalry games. But they have talked about rolling out the red carpet. They've done a great job making sure that we're set up here and able to broadcast this game to all of you out there.
Yeah, super excited. It looks like I missed the coin toss. Did you check it? I was watching the screen over here, and then as soon as they did, they divided off into the groups. So we'll get that to you as soon as possible. We're 1 minute outside of kickoff. Super excited. I don't know what this Cleveland team has to offer. I do the PA on Thursday nights for Ocoee Middle, so I got to watch their first game. Big up front. Got some big boys to push around. I think they're going to be a little run heavy, try to slow the tempo a little bit and control the game. But we are going to pause. There's playing the national
We'll go ahead and take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to continue action here on Mixed TV rivalry games.
what did you name her?
Sophia.
Okay, Sophia, this might hurt a little bit, but we'll do it together. All right. Good job, Sophia.
Sophia, I'm here if you need me.
Make sure you hold the baby's head when you give the baby to the mother.
What did you name him?
Make this the summer event going on now at Crown CDJR Cleveland. Shop over 200 new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Rams up to $20,000 off MSRP. Gladiators, 2,500 pickups, Wagoneers, even Wranglers with huge...
So what did you name her?
Sophia.
Okay, Sophia, this might hurt a little bit, but we'll do it together. All right. Good job, Sophia.
Sophia, I'm here if you need me.
Make sure you hold the baby's head when you give the...
Did you know that the leading reason that kids begin to vape is because they see family and friends doing it? Protect your kids. Escape the vape.
Escape the Vape is a partnership to prevent teen vaping, presented by ATS The Bridge, Bradley County Schools, and Cleveland City Schools.
Friday nights in Cleveland aren't just football, they're Blue Raider tradition. They're packed stands, bright lights, blue and white pride, and a community that shows up. At Cleveland Ford, we're proud to stand behind our Blue Raider athletes, students, and fans. This football season, bring your game ticket to Cleveland Ford and receive an extra $500 off any new or pre-owned vehicle. We're cheering for the Raiders every Friday night at Cleveland Ford, your hometown dealer since 2003.
The celebration of America's 250th continues, and we're keeping the savings in absolute overdrive all summer long. Get up to $6,000 off MSRP on a new Grand Cherokee, or get up to $21,000 off MSRP on a new Ram 1500 with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Claim your overdrive savings today during the Make This the Summer sales event at Crown CDJR Cleveland.
Welcome back to Mixed TV Rivalry Games. We've got the opening kickoff getting ready to take place here at Cleveland Middle School. The Ocoee Colts set here to kick off from where you're looking at. We are on the visiting side of the field, and Cleveland Middle School, the Blue Raiders, back to return. Cleveland Blue Raiders coached by head coach Martez Barber.
And the Ocoee Colts are coached by Coach John Weiss. It's an onside kick, and it looks like the Colts may be on it.
Yeah, right off the bat. You've got to say that in a scenario like tonight where you're kind of already out of routine, things are kind of off, why not open with an onside kick? That's what Ocoee chose to do there, and it looks like they sure did get possession of the football in the opening kickoff, as it did ricochet off of a Blue Raider.
Yeah, that's huge. Stealing a possession, and then also locking in with the coin toss, going to get the first possession of the second half. So big move by the Colts there. Looks like they're going to be in the shotgun set with Truett Thompson at quarterback.
In just a minute, we're going to get you the starters on the defensive side of the ball for the Blue Raiders as Ocoee hands it off to running back you got the number there, I believe it was 8.
I think it's 3, Preston Sneed.
Okay, Preston Sneed for the Colts. He's going to pick up about a yard, it looks like. The defensive starters for the Blue Raiders: at defensive end, DJ Tanner. Nose tackle, Stephen Mays. Defensive tackle, Orrin Camp. Defensive end, Jamison Bradford. The linebackers, Javon Amerson, River Morris, Knox Hidson. The defensive backs, Connor Green, Malachi Gross, Raheem Scruggs, and Bud Stansel.
So right there, the Ocoee Colts go hard count, get Cleveland to jump off sides. That'll be a free 5 yards there for the Colts. So that's going to bring up a second and short. Looks like to be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, Ocoee onside kicked to start the game, was able to get that to ricochet off of a Blue Raider, and they started possession just at midfield.
Ball is snapped, and Thompson drops back. He's going to let this thing fly. Let's see if a flag comes out. Looks like no. They're going to say they just got tangled up.
Yeah, I think that was a good no call there, as both receiver and defensive back looking for the football, and as they're running down the sideline, as you said, just got tangled up there. So good coverage there. I believe that was number 0, Landon Sism.
On the breakup, and then the intended wide receiver was Reed Calhoun. So it's going to bring up 3rd and short. They're going to hand it off outside, but Cleveland swallows this one up. Looks like there's a flag coming in around that line of scrimmage. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, so one thing we're going to have to remember, Jacob and I, for the past 7 seasons, we've been calling radio for Walker Valley football on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1 this season. It's going to be a little bit different, and this is a great way to kick things off. You and I getting to call a game together, and of course you're still teaching at Ocoee, coaching at Walker Valley, and going to continue to be calling Walker Valley football games. I have had the opportunity to take a teaching position at Cleveland High School, so I'm going to be on the call with Terry Evans and Greg Phillips with Cleveland Blue Raider football on Mix 104.1 this year. But so we've got to remember, we're on TV. We don't have to break down every detail.
Face mask on Cleveland. So again, lucky break there for the Colts. Start with an onside, get a false or a offsides penalty, and then get stuffed on 3rd down, and now getting a face mask. So free set of downs for the Colts.
And I do want to say this. The reason we're not used to calling the mixed TV game is because Stephen Shelton's been hogging all of them.
For years.
He loves it. He loves the camera. Shout out to Stephen Shelton, good friend of ours. Big supporter of us.
He's going to have to work on that glare issue, though. You know, he's got a glare that comes off that nice bald head. I did y'all a service by wearing a hat tonight.
I tell you what, between you two and Jim Gunn, you got to watch out. So bring the sunglasses, there's no doubt. So we're at midfield here, and the Ocoee Colts are facing a 1st and 15.
After the false start.
So looks like they're going swing pass here, incomplete pass. Jacob, I like the idea there from Ocoee, but good coverage from the Cleveland defense. And already at 6 minutes and 36 seconds to go here in the quarter. That's another thing, middle school football, 8-minute quarters. So if you're just tuning in, you haven't missed a lot of action. Things just getting kicked off. This is the first drive.
Yeah, it's been a hot one today, too, so the 8 minutes, I think, is going to help out everybody a little bit. Looks like that's to Hedrick. Kane Hedrick out to the flats, but there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, in on the tackle, number 24, River Morris, the Will linebacker. And I can say River, of relation. So there's some Morrises at Cleveland Middle and Cleveland High School, and some of them are of relation to me and some of them aren't. Derek Morris, assistant athletic director here at Cleveland Middle, is one that is not. He was over here chatting with us a minute ago and making sure that just look around here, Jacob. They've done a great job making sure that this facility was ready to host this mixed TV rivalry game.
For sure, and it's a packed house. Lots of fans out here enjoying it, even though it's been so hot. You know, we still had to sit through a lightning delay. Lots of fans out here to watch these two groups play. Looks like that penalty was against the Colts. I missed what it was, but I could have told you 10 minutes ago, by the way, that I saw Coach Weiss react on the sideline.
Yeah, this is going to result in a 3rd and very long, about a 3rd and 20 it looks like. Looking over at the chains on the Blue Raider sideline, waiting to see what they update officially on the scoreboard. So
I have a feeling this might be a little bit of a defensive matchup tonight. We're going to see once the Colts defense gets out there, but both teams last year played very solid defense as well.
And of course, you talk so often of how a game is controlled in the trenches there, defensive line, offensive line, and right now we see on this play, Cleveland get a little pressure, and they're going to make the tackle right around the line of scrimmage. That was number 72, Stephen Mays, the nose tackle. And I tell you what, Mr. Mays, you need to put that Mr. in front of his name. That's a big body down there for the Blue Raiders.
I know. It's weird seeing some of these middle schoolers and how big they are. I walked the halls of them. I told you the other day I walked past a kid that was 6'4" in the 8th grade. That's just crazy to me. But, yeah, a lot of big bodies down there, and I think it's going to be won and lost right up there up front. Looks like Ocoee's electing to go for it. Thompson.
Deep threat. The receiver sees the ball, and I think he might have came down with it. What an impressive catch. That goes back to that old tip drill that coaches have been implementing in practice for years. Ball's tipped, keep your eyes on the ball, stay with it. Very solid coverage from Cleveland Middle, but that second chance opportunity coming up big for the Colts.
Yeah, and I think he battled through what they were throwing a flag for with pass interference and was still able to catch that ball. Again, that's number 1, Kane Hedrick.
Thompson's pass intended for Hedrick, incomplete.
Kane Hedrick, a great athlete, great kid. In the building as well, and enjoy getting to watch him play. And I have a feeling he's going to be a name that we call on Friday nights here in the future.
No, I think when you look down at the field right now on both sides, for Cleveland, for Ocoee, a lot of these young men going to be making a difference very soon. Sooner than later on Friday nights, we're starting to see more and more freshmen with playing opportunity at all 3 of the local high schools. And it's plug and play, be ready to go. One thing that we see nowadays, and I talk about this all the time, back in the day when I was a quarterback at Bradley Junior High School, it was Andy hand the football off a lot or pitch the football. Nowadays, we trust the quarterback to throw the football downfield, and you see a lot of downfield passing. Really, the advancement of middle school football, as we see right here with a slant across the middle, and that looked like a catch and fumble.
And they're going to say it's a touchdown by number 1, Kane Hedrick.
So he had possession as he crossed the goal line and then retained possession after the fumble. So Ocoee Middle School strikes first here, going up on the board 6-0 with 5:28 to go in the first quarter. And a good opening drive after the onside kick. Again, if you're just joining us, we were in a weather delay to start things off. Ocoee started with an opening onside kick, got possession of that, had a couple penalties back them up quite a bit, and they were able to drive downfield and score here on this first possession.
So they're going to go for 2 here. Ball is snapped.
Cleveland Middle all over that one. They're going to bring them down in the backfield, so they're going to hold Ocoee to 6 points on the opening drive. As you said, I think we're going to see some big defensive plays, but don't count out seeing some of those big offensive plays like we just saw.
You know, if you would have asked me to start this game, what I thought Ocoee's game plan was going to be is going to run the ball. What I didn't see was that defensive line for Cleveland. When Cleveland's defensive line lined up, to start the game, I said, this may be a little bit different of a game plan than I was thinking originally. So it's going to be interesting to see how this game plays out. But again, 2 really great programs going at it here on a Thursday night edition of Rivalry.
Yeah, that's right. And you were able to see the instant replay there. The catch was made by number 1, Hedrick, able to maintain possession as he crossed over the goal line. First of all, we don't give these guys enough credit and enough love, but the officials down there on top of the action making the right call there. But again, Hedrick able to, after losing control of the football, regain possession. So 6-0 Ocoee Middle School with 5:28 to go in this opening quarter, as now the Colts are set. And I guarantee you Coach Barber has this unit ready for an onside kick possibility. And instead we see a little bit of a pooch kick. And the returner, I believe, is number 17 for Cleveland. He's able to get to the outside, and this is a big return, big-time return for Cleveland Middle to immediately answer that Ocoee offensive touchdown. That was number 17, Malachi Gross. Very impressive return by him, bouncing it there to the outside. We're going to see that instant replay here in just a moment.
Yeah, the breakout speed, letting that develop, sitting behind his blocks, and then once he sees it, he's off to the races and gone. Great job by that young man, and maybe we saw why Coach Weiss wanted to start this game off with an onside kick, because you can see that Cleveland's got some dangerous weapons back there.
And we said that this might be a defensive battle. This also might be a very high-scoring game as well. At this rate, 5:14 to go in the quarter, the opening quarter that is. Cleveland going for 2. Looks like they're running the football, and I believe they're going to say he got in. Let's see, the signal is the 2-point conversion is good. So with that, Cleveland Middle takes an 8-6 lead in the opening quarter. We are going to take our first commercial break. More mixed TV rivalry games, Ocoee at Cleveland Middle, when we come back.
Best Buy Metals has provided permanent steel roofing. Additionally, we've expanded to manufacture metal siding, including steel, board and batten, and traditional lap siding. We also offer custom pole barns, from a simple roof-only structure to a fully enclosed building. Stop by one of our 7 showrooms today or visit us online 24/7 at bestbuymetalroof.com.
At Bradley Medical Center, our pledge is excellence. Every person, every dime. From the beginning, we've understood that it's the people who make our town special. We all have a job to do, and we all depend on one another. At Bradley, our role is to make sure that you and your family can access the care you need when you need it from a medical team you can trust. And we're more present than ever. Bradley Medical Center, bringing it all back home.
You're watching MixTV.tv, the rivalry games. First quarter coverage is presented by Cleveland Ford. Think Cleveland Ford first when shopping for your next vehicle. Go to clevelandford.com to shop new and used inventory right now.
Welcome back to Mixed TV Rivalry Games. Cleveland Middle hosting Ocoee Middle over here at the beautiful campus of Cleveland Middle School, and just saw a little bit of a dangerous kickoff that we're a little bit late getting to, coming back from the commercial there as Cleveland kicked off kind of into no man's land there. Ocoee had a lot of guys up toward the line of scrimmage where the ball was being kicked off from.
Yeah, absolutely. Was able to get down on it and just lay on it. So now you're going to see the Ocoee offense led by Truett Thompson back on the field.
So going with the run up the middle, some success here on first down for the Colts.
That was Sneed on the carry, Preston Sneed. Does a good job of letting blocks develop, finds the hole, and then is able to hit him. Sometimes, I'll be honest, sometimes he waits a little too long. He's very patient. You don't see that a lot in middle school.
And while we have a second here, I want to go ahead and recognize some people, the cheerleaders here for Cleveland Middle School, as we see Ocoee go to a swing pass, see if they can get to the outside there, and nothing cooking. Brought down. Let's see if we can get a number there.
Brought down after a gain of 2 by Connor Green.
That was Connor Green. You're going to hear his name called quite a bit tonight for Cleveland Middle School, but
also the quarterback, correct?
Yeah, good pursuit there by Connor Green.
So that was a catch by number 1, Kane Hedrick. Looks like it is 2nd and 8.
But we've got the Cleveland Middle School cheerleaders out tonight as well, led by Madison Rodas. Another successful run for the Colts up the middle.
He did a great job of bouncing that back inside. It looked like everything was flowing left and was able to put that foot back in the ground and head straight up towards that safety in the middle.
So at this rate, I can pretty much tell you this. It looks like we've seen Ocoee throw the football, but they're finding the success in between the tackles at the moment. And with that, the clock runs till you get those chains set. And we might potentially have a quick first quarter here, already down to 4 minutes, as they go up the middle again. And Cleveland Middle School has figured that out. Number 77 for the Blue Raiders, Orrin Camp, the big guy, the big fella plugging it up the middle there, making sure Ocoee has nowhere to go.
Well, we are, almost 5 minutes into this game, and we haven't seen Cleveland's offense, and we haven't seen Ocoee's defense yet. So, and the score is 8-6. So it's definitely a funky start, especially coming off the bat with the onside kick. If you're just now joining us, they started off with an onside kick. Ocoee got the ball. But, yeah, it's definitely a weird flow to the game.
And then to follow it up after Ocoee scores, they kick off. Cleveland Middle returns it for a touchdown. So here we go, another swing pass out there, brought down just past the line of scrimmage to the original line of scrimmage.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Colts.
Yeah, another name you're going to hear a lot. We've already mentioned it on the kickoff return. Malachi Gross returned that kickoff for a touchdown, in on the tackle there defensively for the Blue Raiders as well.
Again, I can't get over how impressive the size of both of these teams are. You look at number 12 out there for the Colts, like he's a body. He's going to be playing defensive end.
And look who's covering them. They're eye to eye.
I know. And then Cleveland's defensive line is absolutely massive as well. And Thompson
big hit. That's a loose football. It looks like it is going to be recovered by Ocoee for a huge loss. Great pursuit there. A very fast edge rush there, and I believe I want to make sure I get there. That was Javon Amerson, number 22, the linebacker. That's one thing. It's hard to replicate and practice that kind of speed off the edge.
So it'll be interesting to see what the Colts do here. A lot of times in middle school, there's not a punter that can really kick it very deep for you very far. A lot of that develops normally in high school. I know Cleveland has been blessed for a long time. Even when I played here, we had a great punter and a great kickoff player, special teams. But last year with Bolaños at the high school, what a leg they had there.
So this is going to be a 4th and extremely long. Letting it fly here, and that's going to be incomplete. Gave his receiver an opportunity. Not a bad ball there. Good coverage by Cleveland Middle. So that's going to be a turnover on downs. An excellent field position for the Blue Raiders.
Absolutely, and for the first time tonight, we're going to get to see Cleveland's offense, and we're going to see Ocoee's defense. So both of these units should be fresh coming into the game.
That's right, and talking about some of these starters offensively for the Blue Raiders, Connor Green at quarterback, LaDerrick Edens running back, Javon Amerson, who we just saw have a big strip sack, is at running back, River Morris wingback, Landon Sissom wide receiver, DJ Tanner tight end, Damian Green right tackle, Knox Hitson right guard, Jasper Magnus center, Jamison Bradford left guard, and Lucas Bake left tackle.
So some of the big names you're going to hear for the Colts on the defensive side of the ball: number 12, Xander Teague, great presence off the edge, and then number 52, BJ Wood.
So Cleveland going with the run game on first down. Looks like they're close to that first down marker, maybe a couple yards shy.
And just like I said, Xander Teague came from the opposite side of the field to make that tackle for the Colts.
On the carry, that was Javon Amerson, the running back. Yeah, this has been a very quick first quarter. Ball's on the ground there, Jacob. It was a little bit of a high snap. Green had to adjust, and as he went up and got the football, bringing it back down, just lost the handle.
Yeah, it looks like he was able to get back on it, though. They'll lose about 2 yards, so that'll bring up a third and around, I'd call that a long 3.
Quarterback-running-back exchange, that backs it up a couple. 3rd and 4.
So still a manageable third down. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Blue Raiders. Clock ticking down around 30 seconds. Staying with that run game, going to the sweep, and that's going to be enough for a Blue Raider first down on the carry. That's number 4, LaDerrick Edens.
The speed is evident right there. He's able to get out wide quick. The Colts defense is going to have to find a way to set that edge and flush him back inside. Otherwise, he's going to be running free all night long like he is right now. So it looks like each team is going to get about 2 possessions. Do you count the kickoff return as a possession? I do.
It's a very, very short, quick, fast possession.
Offensive possession. I agree. So each team has gotten about 2. Cleveland is in the middle of their second as we head into the second quarter.
Yeah, so with that, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. You're watching Mixed TV Rivalry Games. Cleveland Middle School hosting Ocoee Middle right here on mixedtv.tv. We'll be back in just a minute.
Buckner and Fike Funeral Home and Cremation has reopened under the leadership of Ralph Buckner Jr., renewing commitment to affordable, dignified care. Buckner and Fike Funeral Home and Cremation is here to provide the families of Cleveland and Bradley County with the most affordable, compassionate, and dignified funeral services available, restoring trust, strengthening community ties, and setting a new standard for affordability without compromising dignity. Visit BucknerFike.com.
Injuries don't wait.
and neither should you. At Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics walk-in clinics, you'll see orthopedic specialists right away. No appointment needed. We help you move better, faster. Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Expert care right when you need it.
Shopping for insurance starts out simple enough. Once you begin, though, you quickly see there are a lot of options. Lots and lots of options. Then there are those distractions. You begin to question whether it's even worth your time. Did we mention those distractions? But what if there was one place that took all the stress out by doing the shopping for you? Too good to be true? Well, it's not. And we are waiting to help you just like we have been for over the past 90 years. We shop to save you time and money so you can get back to those important things in life. Cleveland Insurance. Live life protected.
You're watching MixTV.tv, the rivalry games driven by Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. Cleveland-Nissan.com.
Welcome back to Mix TV Rivalry Games. Cleveland Middle School hosting Ocoee Middle. And Jacob, I'm going to let you break down that last play as we're coming back in from break.
Yeah, very similar. I believe it was number 17 for the Raiders, the same young man who took it back to the house, got out wide, was off to the races. Currently, Colts having a hard time containing the edge.
So I do want to say this. Austin and the guys in the trailer doing a great job with these instant replays. As we get this call here, a run up the middle for Cleveland, and it looks like that is going to be a touchdown for the Blue Raiders. Just right up the middle. What an explosive play. And again, that was Javon Amerson, the running back, number 22. And Jacob, we're starting to see where this Cleveland offense is going to attack on the field, and it's with those running backs.
Yeah, if you bounce it out wide as much as they have, then you come back in the middle like you just did. It's really hard to predict as a defense when you're having so much success. Then you fool the defense as they try to spread out to cover you, then bounce it back up inside. And really, honestly, right now the difference in the two teams I'm seeing is the speed. The Cleveland speed is they're quick. They've got some really, really fast young men, and here he goes off the edge again. And he's going to be in for another 2-point conversion, so that's going to make the score 16-6.
I almost feel like we're watching a Benny Monroe Cleveland High School offense from the mid-'90s here, the way they're running the football. I'm just putting that out there.
Well, I was 0, 1, and 2, so I didn't get to enjoy those days.
I had an opportunity to sit down and talk to Coach Monroe the other day. Of course, he was the head coach of the Blue Raider football team, those state championship teams, 93, 94, and 95. And Coach Monroe, doing great shout out to him, was able to come in. And if you're coming to Cleveland High School football games on Friday nights this year, you are going to be in for a treat whenever you watch the Jumbotron. Coach Monroe delivering a message there for all the fans, all the alumni, all the students. I highly recommend you come out and check that out at Benny Monroe Stadium.
Yeah, growing up as a Cleveland kid and playing football here and playing football at the high school, the stories of those 93, 94, 95 teams, it just pumped you up. It made you so excited to be a Cleveland Blue Raider, and a lot of that tradition and history just continues on today.
So here at the start of the second quarter, Cleveland Middle leading Ocoee Middle 16-6 with the Blue Raiders set to kick off. And I want to get back. We're talking about the guys in the trailer, Austin and Gideon. They've done a great job setting us up with the monitor so we can see the replay, all the great views. You see this close-up of the kick as it's going to be fielded at about the 30. Return man from Ocoee brought down at the 35, but those guys are doing such a good job in the trailer. But what they forgot to do, if you've ever been to an NFL or a college football game, they've got the guy that walks out onto the field to keep the coaches and the officials from getting things rolling too quick. We got to be able to get to the action coming out of our commercial breaks, and John Weiss and Martez Barber are saying, no, let's snap the football, let's go. We got to slow those guys down a little bit. Very, very high energy individuals there.
Middle school are shorter quarters, but boy, yeah, it's a fast pace. You don't have much of a break in between, and you're off to the next quarter pretty quick. Looks like Ocoee's going to go hard count there and draw one of the Raider defenders offside.
This is just a recommendation. Just a recommendation. I know Steve Hartline loves attending the football games when he's not calling them, just being able to take in the action. Let's get Steve down there with that timer holding up, walk out onto the field. He can let everybody know that the officials hold the action. till we come back from commercial break.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
The people would go crazy if Steve Hartline came out doing that. That's all I'm saying. He is a man of the people, as we know.
The problem is I think he's also going to want a microphone out there. It's hard to get him anywhere where he doesn't have a mic in his hand, you know?
That's right.
So it looks like that's going to bring up second and about 3 after that swing pass out wide. You can see what Ocoee's trying to do. They're trying to get the ball out into space and allow some of their athletes to work, but Cleveland so far doing a great job defending it.
Jacob, I'm going to let you talk about this Ocoee team for a little bit. Of course, you and I both know Coach Weiss very well. He's brought a level of intensity to this Ocoee team. They had a great season last year, and you're seeing a more physical version of Ocoee football under his leadership. And just to kind of talk about his everyday mentality with the Colts.
Yeah, absolutely. In my opinion, he was a big addition to our school as a whole. You know, we have a strength and conditioning class 6th to 8th grade, and as a baseball coach, I watched my 7th grade baseball players that were kind of weak and didn't have a whole lot of pop come into their 8th grade year and absolutely smash the baseball. And he's brought a lot of intensity and physicality to this team, but takes over in year 1 and has an 8-0 season, is able to go out and have an undefeated season and starting the season off 1-0 here. But something that you notice is physical, and you've got a lot of athletes that are coming out to play football. He's done a great job of walking the halls and being able to shake hands and say, hey, man, why don't you come play football for me? Kind of that same thing that got me to play football for Donnie Yates. You know, the age-old, let me grab your shoulder.
So we just saw a quarterback keeper for a first down for the Colts. Now they go outside to that receiver screen, pick up a couple more, but the quarterback for the Colts, Truett Thompson, was the one picking up that first down.
Something I don't think people realize is football basically is an all-year sport. Between workouts in the off-season, and then you come in during the summer and you're going all the way into middle school, not so as much, but into November, into the high school. You know, the age-old thing is you want to be playing on Thanksgiving. You know, you want to be practicing on Thanksgiving.
So we're starting to see right now, sorry to interrupt you there, Jacob, but Ocoee going with some hard counts, getting some movement up front from the Blue Raiders. So we've seen a couple penalties in that exact same scenario. That's something that Cleveland's defense is going to have to clean up.
That's something also that Coach Weiss has brought to this Ocoee program, very disciplined. It's really easy for these middle school kids that get really nervous and intense. This is a big scene for a lot of them.
Oh, here's a big play for the Colts as the receiver hits the sideline. I believe that was number 10, Jacob, if you've got that.
Joseph Simpson.
Yeah, good reception. Good ball there from Thompson, the quarterback, to Simpson. And this Ocoee offense finding their success. This is kind of apples and oranges. Cleveland's offense running the ball, especially between the tackles. Ocoee's offense swinging out, getting the ball to those receivers outside, as we see now a little bit of success from the running back number 3, that's Preston Sneed. Every run play for the most part that we've seen from Ocoee outside of the quarterback keeper has been sniffed out well by the Cleveland defense, but that one right there is going to be a first down for the Colts.
Sneed's had about 3 or 4 really, really good runs where he's allowed the blocking lanes to develop and he's been able to hit the hole. But I was very impressed week 1 watching him play. Didn't know his name. You know, I do PA, didn't know who he was, didn't see anything from him. I believe he walked away with 3 touchdowns on the night. Did a great job of running the football. So you'll see him take the load of the carries tonight, and there will be a few other people that come in to kind of give him a breather.
So as we quickly approach halftime, we're at the 4-minute 50-second mark here in the second quarter. Colts threatening to score another pass to the outside. Good coverage there by the Blue Raider defense, and I believe that was number 26 and number 22, DJ Tanner, in on the tackle, and Javon Emerson, who we've called his name a lot. He's the star linebacker on this defense, but also carries the football for the Blue Raiders. Seeing a lot of potential here for guys that are going to, we talked about being an immediate influence on Friday nights. We're starting to see some of those individuals early in this ball game.
Yeah, for sure. I believe a lot of these kids will be playing early on Friday nights. And, you know, looking over that Cleveland and that speed, you know, you can't teach that. That's something you either are born naturally with or you've got to work really, really, really hard to develop. And it looks like Cleveland's got a lot of it.
Oh, big hit there. That was looked like it was going to be completed. The intended receiver frustrated there. had the ball in his hands, and a big hit there from the Blue Raiders. And that was Hitson, number 61, Knox Hitson, who came up with the big hit there for the Blue Raiders.
So that's going to bring up 4th and 9. We've already seen the Colts go for it once back deep in their territory. I think it's comfortable to say down here towards the red zone that they're going to be going again.
Yeah, this is a good place to go for it. If you're the Ocoee Colts, going to the air, and it looks like that's going to be enough for the first down.
It's going to be close, that's for sure. From our angle, it looks like he was right at the sticks, but
they
say
short.
Just short.
Wow. But can't fault them for going for it on that 4th down. You're deep in Blue Raider territory and very close. It looks like he's just shy where they're marking that.
He needed 9 and he got 8.5.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a great play draw up there for the Mustangs. Hear me my Friday nights. There for the Colts, able to sneak that running back out of the flats and be able to get some yardage there. Just came up just a bit shy.
So I will say, go ahead and promote our Friday nights. MixTV.tv, of course, rivalry games going to be getting kicked off with a big week next week. Cleveland High School on the road at Walker Valley. Jacob, you're going to be on the call for the Mustangs on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1. I'll be on the call for the Blue Raiders on Mix 104.1, and that pass is complete. What a big reception there. That was number 0 for the Blue Raiders, Landon Sism.
And what a job by Green.
What a ball. What a ball.
Pressure in his face, ends up getting hit and taken to the ground, and is able to deliver that ball.
Yeah, right as he was getting hit, just hung that ball up enough for his receiver to camp out underneath it. Sism did a great job getting behind the Colt defenders there, and that's a big gain to midfield for Cleveland Middle.
And I know this is a big game for Green. Had to sit out some baseball season last year with some injuries and some health things going on. A great young man, great kid.
Great family.
Yes, and able to come out here and compete for his school, being starting QB1 as an 8th grader. Super excited to watch him play out here tonight.
Yeah, I believe we've got ourselves a ball game here, Jacob. What a great way to get things kicked off with our Mixed TV rivalry games. Of course, this is the middle school edition. We're going to have 2 more middle school games, if I'm correct. Going to get Lake Forest involved in the action here pretty soon. But tonight, this Thursday night, Ocoee here at Cleveland as Green throwing another deep ball.
What an
Good
arm.
adjustment from the receiver, and that's going to be pass interference. And when you're in that situation, you know what? A pass interference call, not the end of the world. You would almost rather, for sure, give that up than a deep ball downfield for a touchdown.
Yeah, and it was a deep ball, and it went really, really high in the air, but it kind of was shorter than I thought it was going to initially be. So then that receiver tries to come back and get it. You're running right into the defender. Kind of hard to help there. We see that a lot in the high schools as well.
Yes. And Green was on the move as he was kind of flushed out of the pocket there.
But, I mean, still, the arm for an 8th grade young
Good
man,
ball.
That was a great ball.
Of course, we had the lengthy weather delay if you're just joining us. Kickoff pushed back about half an hour due to some lightning and weather in the area. So a little bit of a late start. The way we opened things was a little lightning as well for the Colts with the onside kick. Ricocheted off the Blue Raider return man. Ocoee retained possession and was able to march down the field and score on the opening drive.
Well, really, in my opinion, it's been the tale of thunder and lightning.
That's right.
Ocoee's kind of been the thunder, the long rolls down the field, and then Cleveland's been the lightning that's come in and really given a shock to the offense being able to get out wide and score quickly. So it looks like something was called against Colts.
Yeah.
We were over here.
Yeah, we're having a good time talking. We're pretending that we're on the drive right now, not calling a football game. Of course, you can listen to me and Jacob on the drive along with Jim Gum Monday through Friday on ESPN Cleveland 101.3, and excited next week. Changing the format, going to a 2-hour show, and you can credit that to football season coming around. Going to have a lot of exclusive interviews with all 3 local high school football coaches as well as our middle school coaches as we approach some of these big games. We tried to have Coach Barber on yesterday. He said, listen, I'd love to come on, but we got to make sure this field's looking good for this rivalry game, and you got to give them credit. They got the C at midfield, grass cut low. It looks great out here.
So it looks like this play is going to be blown dead. Looks like we're going to call a timeout here for the Colts.
So with that, we'll go ahead and take a timeout too. And when we come back, we're going to get out of here quick so we can get back for this first play. We're going to talk a little bit about that JV game leading up to this, all that when we come back on Mix TV.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Goodyear brand tires in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center.
You're watching MixTV.tv, the rivalry games. Second quarter coverage is presented by USS. Since 1994, we've helped more than 30,000 customers solve their foundation repair and waterproofing problems. Learn more online at USSTN.com.
Welcome back to Mix TV Rivalry Games. We're here at Cleveland Middle School as the Blue Raiders are hosting the Ocoee Middle School Colts. I'm Andy Morris along with Jacob Mason. It's always fun to be on the call with you, Jacob. We're going to try to get these in when we're able to. Of course, we've been calling Walker Valley football games for roughly 7 years and making the transition this year to where you're going to be taking over the head reins of Walker Valley football on Cleveland's Oldies 99.1, and I'm going to be tagging along with Terry and Greg on Mix 104.1's coverage of Cleveland Blue Raider football. But as we're here tonight, middle school football, we were able to see an exciting JV game before this action started, before that weather delay hit us here at Cleveland Middle School, and was able to enjoy that game. My nephew, Kai Morris, was able to get some snaps at quarterback late in that game, did a good job, and two teams going after each other, and Ocoee coming away with the win in that one.
Yeah, they did end up winning 12-0, scored there late in the fourth quarter. But as you just saw, Green tried to go deep, threw the ball just a tad bit short, but a great breakup there by the Colts defender. I believe it was number 14 for the Colts. I'll get that name in just a second.
Green took every bit of the time he needed to deliver that dart. What a great pass. Hit his receiver right in the numbers, and there's a flag on the play, but number 17 on the reception, that's Malachi Gross once again.
And you can see Friday night written all over this young man. Just the ability to catch the ball flat-footed like he just did and then turn it up and rip it around here. You're going to see it on the replay. Catches it, then able to bounce quickly inside. It looks like there was some kind of infraction against the Raiders, though. But again, another great play by that 17. Remind me of his name one more time.
Yeah, number 17 for the Blue Raiders is Malachi Gross.
If you're just joining us, he took Cleveland's first kickoff back to the house, did a great job of letting that play develop, and then the speed. You just see him being able to fly towards the outside.
Yeah, Gross is one of the names we've called for the Blue Raiders tonight several times already, along with Javon Amerson, the running back and linebacker, who's had a big hit and a big run or two for the Blue Raiders. You may recognize the name. His brother, Tyrell, is a starting running back for the Cleveland High School Blue Raiders, so a family affair at Cleveland Middle and Cleveland High School.
Makes sense. Definitely see it in the genes there for sure, because he's able to absolutely fly.
So Green, again, feeling that pressure. Great movement from him and delivering another dart right on the money, hitting his receiver in the hands in stride. I'm very impressed with the way he's able to move, and he actually completed that pass to a young man I know pretty well, River Morris, number 24.
Yeah, if you see him as he was rolling out, you can almost see the little baseball in him. That little sidearm action was able to
little Patrick Mahomes-esque right there.
He was able to get that ball out and whip it right there to his receiver. But what was more impressive to me was being able to avoid the pressure. Had people in his face, able to dance around back there, make a few guys miss, and extend the play. That's huge. When you're able to get some really second chance opportunities like that right there, big play there for Mr. Green.
And there's Amerson once again.
Looks like there's going to be a flag towards the backfield, and we know what that normally means. Probably holding there for the Raiders.
Yeah, Javon's going to make sure, don't call me Tyrell. That's my brother. He plays on Friday nights, Thursday night middle school action. That's Javon Amerson, who's really ran the ball very well tonight in this first half of our mixed TV rivalry game, Cleveland versus Ocoee.
So they are going to march that back 10, holding against the Raiders. It'll be 1st and 20 from what looks to be the 40. Is that the 36? That's 36-yard line.
Hear the Cleveland Middle School band over there in the corner. The band, of course, at Cleveland Middle is something they're very proud of. Getting the action in here on Thursday night.
There goes 17 again.
Yep.
Out wide, he's going to pick up about, let's call it a good 7 or 8 yards there on the carry. This second quarter's flown by, Coach. Your score still 16-6. Again, I forget that I don't have to say that. It's right there on the screen for you guys.
We've got the graphics. Shout out to those guys in our trailer, which our mobile trailer put together by Austin Chadwick. He spent a lot of time getting that thing ready to go to where when it's football season, between not just covering these middle school games, the Friday night games, but you've got to factor in all the stuff he does, mixed mornings on campus during football season. This guy puts in the miles and does a great job. Very thankful for everything that Austin does. So every time we have an opportunity, we've got to thank Austin Chadwick. And here's another downfield pass from Green, a dangerous one, nearly intercepted.
Yeah, great coverage there and great pressure there by the Colts defense. As we're sitting about 50 seconds outside of this first half ending, normally on a mixed TV broadcast, we would go over stuff at halftime. Today, we're not going to do that. We've got both middle schools that are going to have their dance teams out here, both that are going to have their cheerleading squads out here, and we know that there's families at home that are wanting to tune in to watch them, and so we are going to play that and watch their performance, then we'll come back for the second half action.
Sounds good to me. It's a great way to showcase all of our student athletes, student cheerleaders, student band members, all of them across the board.
I'll just say this. I'm at Ocoee, so I get to see it. The cheerleaders and the dance team, the amount of time that they put in and hard work that they put in, I'm glad that we get to spotlight them because they do such a great job.
Green under pressure, able to avoid the sack, taking his time, throwing the ball downfield and overthrows everybody. What an arm by Connor Green. That's something that if you're calling plays for the Cleveland Middle School Blue Raiders, and I'm assuming Coach Barber's the one calling the plays, you have no hesitation whenever you're talking about throwing the ball downfield.
Well, I want to spotlight there for the Colts. Number 12, Xander Teague, has lived in the backfield today. Green has done a great job of avoiding pressure and creating time for himself. But, man, he gets that ball off right before that number 12 is right there in his face.
So we've got a timeout with that. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on Mixed TV.
The new fiber network is going to place Cleveland, Tennessee at the forefront of technology. Cleveland is ready for this, and it's going to be a great future. My message to Cleveland, Tennessee is call Cleveland Utility Authority right now to get signed up for the new fiber broadband network that is coming to a neighborhood near you.
Imagine a truck that doesn't just own the road, it dominates it. It's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. And our new GMC Sierra is elevating every moment of that journey for me. It's not just a truck, it's a lifestyle. Don Ledford didn't just sell me a truck. They saw the lifestyle I wanted, and they found me that truck.
Welcome back to Mixed TV Rivalry Games. We're at Cleveland Middle School as they are taking on the Ocoee Colts. Jacob, I'm going to let you get the call on that last play.
Yeah, so the pass was complete, but before the pass was made, there was a flag that was thrown in the backfield. And again, unless it's hands to the face or something like that, it looks like this one's coming back. But again, just so impressed with Green's ability to get outside the pocket, extend plays, and then find his receiver downfield. But that's going to be backed up. It looks like Cleveland's marching backwards. I will say Cleveland leads on the scoreboard with points, but has been having some struggles in the penalty department so far tonight.
Yeah, already 31 seconds away from halftime. This was a very quick first half, and I know one thing we talked about, as soon as we're done with this mixed TV rivalry game, we're going to be getting home. We talked about this on the drive earlier today, the Field of Dreams Major League Baseball game between the Twins and the Phillies taking place.
Yeah, I cannot wait to go watch that. We talked about the movie and how much that meant to us. It looks like Green is finally going to be dropped back here by Colts pressure, and that's by number 52, B.J. Wood. B.J. Wood, great player, played some varsity last year as well, is able to really get off the edge there and gives the Colts maybe a last-second opportunity to try to make this a little bit closer of a ball game.
Yeah, you're at midfield. You've got 24 seconds. One big play gets you potentially in a spot to where you can take a shot to the end zone. I think you're absolutely going after it here if you're Coach Weiss, and you're going to have to play some great secondary coverage if you're Cleveland Middle, while also making sure up front you keep the pressure that you've had, because you don't want to give up. You're thinking throwing the ball downfield here. You don't want to give up a big chunk play run up the middle just because you're selling out to cover pass.
Yeah, I would not be shocked if you see him try to do that here early to make it a more manageable Hail Mary and then call a timeout. But it looks like they're going to pass and pass it quick. They're going to get it out wide. It looks like that ball was caught by number 1, Kane Hedrick, and he was able to get out of bounds, so that's going to stop the clock.
But again, you can listen to me and Jacob along with Jim Gum on The Drive, ESPN Cleveland 101.3, Monday through Friday, starting next week from 4 to 6 o'clock as we continue to showcase high school and college and NFL football in our area. But specifically, Jacob, one of your favorite things is when we get to chat with the head coaches of our local high schools.
Absolutely. So that pass is complete. It looks like they're going to get out of bounds again.
Pass is complete to Hendrick.
Looks like 14.4 on the clock. But yes, you're right. And if you've never listened to The Drive, if you love football, you love sports altogether, we do lots of really awesome interviews with people like Mike Keith, had him on the show this week. We've interviewed the director of the college football playoffs,
Rich
Clark. Have a lot of Rocky Top insiders that come on. We're a Georgia station as well. Have some Georgia people. Mike Griffith came on with us the other day. So if you're picking up your kid at 4 o'clock here in a couple weeks and you're driving home, turn on 101.3 and give us a listen, because you're going to get a lot of coverage of local but also national news.
Yeah, we're talking all things football during the fall, of course, but we do some great high school sports coverage as well. We keep you up to date on what's going on as we have some of our big-time programs and other sports across high school athletics making some big noise. That pass complete for Ocoee down the sideline.
Kane Hedrick having a big night here for the Colts. Looks like the clock is stopped at 3.3.
And just like we talked about, now you're in position to take a shot to the end zone if you're the Colts.
Done a great job managing the clock, giving yourself an opportunity to be able to potentially score some points. You see Walker Valley kind of run that stick route a lot on Friday nights. Coach Weiss taking one out of the books, kind of running those little sideline routes, being able to get out of bounds. It looks like somebody's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, so with that, we're going to take a quick timeout with them. When we come back, we've got 5 seconds left till halftime, and let's see if the Colts can get on the board.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher that can offer free meal prep, including over 30 different marinades and seasonings to help you craft the perfect dinner. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
I bet he'd be great at cleaning.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
Honda of Cleveland is giving away a brand new 2027 Honda Civic to a deserving coach this year. From Pee Wee League to the college level, all athletic coaches are eligible. Each month, we will choose a coach for that month, and at the end of the year, the 12 finalists will gather to be celebrated and see who wins that brand new 2027 Honda Civic from Honda of Cleveland. Nominate your favorite coach at mymix1041.com.
You're watching MixTV.tv, the rivalry games driven by Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland, cleveland-nissan.com.
Welcome back to Mixed TV Rivalry Games. We're live at Cleveland Middle School as they take on the Ocoee Colts, and we're 5 seconds away from halftime. I'm Andy Morris along with Jacob Mason, and it looks like the Colts were just penalized as they got themselves in great field position to take a shot to the end zone. They're backed up a little bit.
Yeah, false start on the Colts there. 5 seconds on the clock to try to make something happen and make this a more manageable ball game. They will get the ball to start the second half. That ball is thrown, and it's
complete.
Caught.
I believe that's a touchdown, Jacob.
What a throw and catch. Again, Truett Thompson having a huge night here for the Colts. Also, number 1, Kane Hedrick.
Hey, talk about a way to send us to halftime. We've seen these two. This is like a heavyweight title fight. You would think that this was almost a wrestling match with these heavyweights out here, the way they're playing.
This has become, and it's always a rivalry, right? You know, the crosstown rivals, but the past couple of years, this game has really been a really fun watch. And here we are going into halftime. The Colts shorten the lead, and then they're going to get the ball back to start the second half.
So it looks like Ocoee's going to take a timeout here as they're getting ready to make the 2-point conversion attempt to cut this to a 2-point game.
You can't take it with you, so you might as well take it. And we're going to stick around with you, talk a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about the drive, what we've got coming on this week. Again, we're moving to a 2-hour show. So traditionally we've been a 5 to 6 program. And so, you know, we've been able to talk to a lot of people and do a lot of stuff, but we said, you know what? We want to be able to spotlight our high schools as much as we possibly can, but also still give listeners the ability to talk and to text in and to call us and to have that. So we talked and we said, you know what? We need to move this thing to 2 hours from 4 to 6. So you can follow us. You can download the free ESPN Cleveland app. Listen to us wherever you go. We both know I've got friends that listen in Arkansas. You've got one that listens all the way in Alabama. People all across the country are able to access our show by downloading the free Cleveland ESPN app on the App Store. But, man, it's a lot of fun. If you're here watching a middle school game and have never heard of the drive, give us a listen starting soon, 4 to 6.
So here's that 2-point conversion attempt, and it's going to be denied by the Blue Raiders. So we're headed to halftime. Cleveland Middle 16, Ocoee Middle 12, and what a treat of a first half we've had, Jacob.
Absolutely, and I already can tell you, I don't even have to go down there and listen to what Coach Weiss is going to say. He's going to say, boys, we were in the same position last week. Down 14-16 at the half, you came out and you held them to a shutout second half and won the game 31-16. He's going to try to pump them up and say, let's make the appropriate adjustments and come out here and win a ball game. And if you're Cleveland, you're sitting here saying, hey, we've got to minimize the damage that we're causing ourselves with the penalties. If we don't have these penalties, we're running away with this ball game. Let's go in there and play a clean second half and win this thing.
Good stuff from Slim Money, Jacob Mason. And with that, we are going to go ahead and go to our commercial break. This is the halftime show. When we come back, we're going to showcase some of our dance teams, cheer squads from both middle schools. Excited for that when we come back on Mixed Rivalry Games.
With Hardee's Original Bag, bigger is better. Get full-size faves like our double cheeseburger, hot ham and cheese, ham-breaded chicken tender wrap, or spicy chicken sandwich. Plus, fries and a drink starting at just $5.99.
So what did you name her?
Sophia. Okay, Sophia, this might hurt a little bit, but we'll do it together. All right. Good job, Sophia.
Sophia, I'm here if you need me.
Make sure you hold the baby's head when you give the baby to the mother.
cheerleaders. They are coached by Jenna Rockaby.
Maddie, be ready to knock it down, okay?
Yeah, we got it, guys. Come on. Let's take it the last shot.
Hang on, let me get this text real quick.
Yeah. Is he seriously texting her?
You hit me straight in the face, bro.
Turner, are you really on your phone?
If texting here is madness, it's even deadlier behind the wheel.
Are you seriously on your phone?
Eyes up, phone down, Tennessee.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
All right, it's time to get back to school.
Dad, what are you doing? You haven't been in school since Jimmy Carter was president.
What are you talking about? That's all. Buddy.
I'm C-Mark.
I'm John Mark.
Never text and drive.
And always wear your seatbelt.
If you've been involved in a wreck on the interstate, give us a call.
We may have the video footage from our exclusive crash camera network.
That crash camera will add value to your case. More cha-ching.
Take a look at our website. Check it out.
265-HURT.
That's 265-4878. We are your local law firm.
Did you know that the leading reason that kids begin to vape is because they see family and friends doing it? Protect your kids. Escape the Vape.
Escape the Vape is a partnership to prevent teen vaping, presented by ATS The Bridge, Bradley County Schools, and Cleveland City Schools.
Friday nights in Cleveland aren't just football, they're Blue Raider tradition. They're packed stands, bright lights, blue and white pride, and a community that shows up. At Cleveland Ford, we're proud to stand behind our Blue Raider athletes, students, and fans. This football season, bring your game ticket to Cleveland Ford and receive an extra $500 off any new or pre-owned vehicle. We're cheering for the Raiders every Friday night at Cleveland Ford, your hometown dealer since 2003.
The celebration of America's 250th continues, and we're keeping the savings in absolute overdrive all summer long. Get up to $6,000 off MSRP on a new Grand Cherokee, or get up to $21,000 off MSRP on a new Ram 1500 with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Claim your overdrive savings today during the Make This the Summer sales event at Crown CDJR Cleveland.
You're watching MixedTV.tv, the rivalry games driven by Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. Visit cleveland-nissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Welcome back to Mixed TV Rivalry Games, and that halftime performance brought to you by District Attorney Stephen Hatchett. Thankful for that sponsorship of the great performances we saw during halftime from both Ocoee Middle and Cleveland Middle. Again, I'm Andy Morris along with Jacob Mason. We're live at Cleveland Middle School, and go ahead, Jacob.
The first half started off the same way the second half did. First half, Ocoee kicks an onside kick and recovers the ball, and second half, Cleveland did that same little pooch kick into the pocket where nobody was at, and used their speed to get down there, and so now they're still in a possession to start the second half. So all things are fair and equal now.
Love to see it. Always a lot of fun whenever you give yourself an extra opportunity here to start the second half. The Blue Raiders doing so. And Jacob, we had an enjoyable conversation as we have another big run here. I believe, of course, that was number 22, Javon Amerson on the carry. A big first half from him, and he's starting the second half on cue. But we had a great conversation during halftime with the director of schools for Cleveland City Schools, Dr. Jeff Elliott, and he was talking about just how great of a turnout with this game being the mixed TV rivalry game for middle school to kick off the season. It's still such a great turnout here at Cleveland Middle tonight. The stands are packed. People are standing around the track. A lot of families out here. The student bodies are here. It's a great atmosphere to start the middle school football season in our community. Dr. Elliott was given recognition just to how much our community supports our schools.
Yeah, we're very blessed to live where we live, and the people in our town, it's just a great place to live. Cleveland, right there, just to get back to the action for a second. Cleveland ran the ball off the outside. Good little chunk of a run, but again, another flag in the backfield holding on the Blue Raiders. But, he was exactly right. We have so much support in this town for our kids. Here's the thing, not just in athletics. I don't think people see behind the scenes the grants that are written for the arts, that are written for STEM projects, for the field that you're getting into with the media. We as a town do such a great job of giving opportunities to our children in both school districts.
So Cleveland going back to the ground, this one to the outside, and it looks like they're going to be held up after just a gain of 1. Very good pursuit there from that Colt defense.
Yeah, did a good job. We talked about it in the first half. They had to find a way to set the edge. And their number 17 for the Raiders has had a big night, took one back to the house on kickoff, and also has a touchdown.
Yeah, that's Malachi Gross.
Malachi Gross having a big night for the Raiders, but did a great job of setting the edge there and being able to stop that before a massive gain.
Saw one of the Cleveland High School football assistant coaches, Clark Lockerbie, just walked by our set here, and interesting fact about Clark, had a great career as a player himself, but I was fortunate enough to be able to watch him grow up. His dad, Ted Lockerbie, who's now an assistant at Cleveland High School, was one of the former Walker Valley head football coaches. So, of course, with my time there, I was able to watch Clark grow up from Pee Wee football to the monster he became on the field on Friday nights, and now seeing him give back as an assistant coach at Cleveland High School, spending a lot of time in the weight room with all the athletes at Cleveland High School. He's doing a great job, so I wanted to give Clark a shout out.
Well, fun fact, his wife is the head varsity cheerleading coach at the middle school, and that's how our community works.
A lot of connections, man, no doubt.
It's crazy how connected a lot of these families are. Big run there by the Blue Raiders, 2 really back-to-back, being able to get down to 1st and goal, knocking on the door, adding some points to their now 4-point lead, looking to make that a little bit larger.
Yeah, this is a 1st and goal situation for the Blue Raiders, and I can't imagine them doing anything other than what's been working to almost perfection, and that's running the football.
Yeah, they got away from it a little bit, and they started trying to throw the ball, stretch it out, and that led to Ocoee getting a turnover on downs and being able to shorten that lead a little bit, but now getting back to the run game, and it's been successful so far here in the the second half of this ball game.
So they're going to say he's just shy of the goal line, 2nd and goal, it looks like, and I'm going to try to stand up and get a visual here. I think the ball is at the 2-yard line, if I'm correct. Correction, 1-yard line. Jacob, you're used to calling me when I'm incorrect. Surprised you didn't get me on that one.
The viewers could see it this time. Normally it's a radio broadcast.
That's right.
I have to let them know, but they can see. Looks like that's going to be a QB keeper, and they are going to be in for 6.
Yeah, that's Connor Green, the quarterback on the keeper, who a solid night for him. We talked about the success they've had running the football, of course, Green there on the quarterback keeper, but the success that he's also been able to have, you said it, making time for himself to throw the football. Ocoee's done a great job putting him under a lot of pressure. He's been able to evade that pressure and deliver some very impressive throws. And this Cleveland offense, very dynamic, and that's hard to defend. So the fact that it's a 22-12 game for Ocoee, they've held their own defensively, but at some point, if you're going to overtake this deficit, you're going to have to find a way to stop that Cleveland offense.
Yeah, he's been really good under pressure. It's been very impressive. Looks like that two-point conversion is going to be good after the second effort. But he's been very let's see what they're going to call here. It looks like
no good.
They're saying no good.
So the score, 22-12 here in the third quarter, as Cleveland marches down on the legs of that run game. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back here on Mix TV Rivalry Games.
Come to Best Buy Metals. For 20 years, Best Buy Metals has provided permanent steel roofing. Additionally, we've expanded to manufacture metal siding, including steel, board and batten, and traditional lap siding. We also offer custom pole barns, from a simple roof-only structure to a fully enclosed building. Stop by one of our 7 showrooms today or visit us online 24/7 at bestbuymetalroof.com.
At Bradley Medical Center, our pledge is excellence. Every person, every dime. From the beginning, we've understood that it's the people who make our town special. We all have a job to do, and we all depend on one another. At Bradley, our role is to make sure that you and your family can access the care you need when you need it from a medical team you can trust. And we're more present than ever. Bradley Medical Center, bringing it all back home.
Welcome back to Mix TV Rivalry Games. I'm Andy Morris along with Jacob Mason, and we're live here at Cleveland Middle School for this rivalry game between the Blue Raiders and the Colts of Ocoee Middle. And a kickoff there, a little pooch kick from the Blue Raiders, and a very solid return from the Colts.
Yeah, going to give yourself good field position on the other side of the 50 here for the Colts offense. But great game so far, man. It's a lot of action, a lot of different stuff going on. We talked about it back in our days. It was turn around and hand the football off. You know, it was who had the best athletes and who had the biggest dudes up front. Well, you're seeing there's some big old boys up front there for both teams, but they're doing a great job of slinging that thing out wide and really developing players. What people don't realize is middle school is one of the biggest times for these young men to develop. Their bodies are not necessarily there yet, but they're learning the mental aspect of the game. They're learning the toughness, all the things that you need to be able to do, and we're way far advanced than what we were 10, 15 years ago.
No, I could agree with you more on that. And you talk about physically, just looking at this game tonight, those guys up front, some very impressive size on both offensive and defensive line for both teams. But one thing that's impressed me, the skilled positions. You mentioned that how it used to be hand the ball off, pitch the football every once in a while to get it outside. But the middle school game has evolved to a point to where tonight we're seeing receivers and defensive backs run downfield stride for stride and contesting passes defensively and going up and getting jump balls offensively. And it's very impressive as we see Ocoee player, Sneed, I believe.
Preston Sneed did a great job there, bouncing that outside, but breaking tackles, and what was a loss ended up being able to, get some manageable yards there.
But it's very impressive to watch these two teams, and from what we're seeing tonight, I expect both Ocoee Middle and Cleveland Middle to go on to have very successful seasons this year.
I know Coach Akins is not here because he's got a scrimmage to tend to up at Walker Valley. They're scrimmaging Farragut currently, but I would venture to say he's going to go back and watch this, and I know Coach Brown as well. They must be salivating, honestly, thinking about the potential of these young men and what they can do on Friday nights here in the future.
Yeah, a lot of talent on the field for both of these teams, Cleveland Middle and Ocoee Middle. And specifically some of the names we've mentioned. Jacob, I'll let you hit up the Ocoee players. But tonight we've seen Connor Green, the quarterback for Cleveland Middle, be very impressive, along with number 22, Javon Amerson. We mentioned his brother's one of the running backs at Cleveland High School as well, a family affair. And then number 17, Malachi Gross. Those have been some very impressive playmakers tonight for Cleveland Middle. And defensively, we've seen them really be a problem up front for Ocoee. And going over to you and Ocoee, kind of the same thing. They've pressured Green defensively all night, that being the Colts.
Yeah, absolutely. Xander Teague's having a big night. BJ Wood doing a really good job there on the defense. Xander playing both sides of the ball, playing tight end, and then coming over and flipping, playing defensive end. You've got Kane Hedrick, who's made some big plays, was able to score that last-second touchdown there before the half's open. And as we see it, Truett Thompson slinging it out wide to him. Truett has had pressure in his face as well and took a very large hit there in the first half. Didn't shake him up one bit. He got right back up and has gone out there and really executed the game plan so far for the Colts. So great night by a lot of these guys. Of course, we're going to miss a lot of people. I'm going to give a shout out to Walker I keep on doing Walker Valley.
It's all good.
Ocoee's O-line. You've got Walker Seifert, Cam Bigham, Carter Papke, Camden Moses, and center Chase Kennedy. They've done a great job because if you look at out there, the size of that defensive line that they're having to put up with, there's some big old strong boys up there.
Another name caught it earlier on in receptions, had a good defensive game. One of my relatives, number 24, River Morris, in on the tackle on that last play. He just moved over from Polk County to Cleveland Middle. Excited to be over here and have him over here with us and having a good game tonight.
So Thompson airing it out here again. It looks like it's going to be overthrown this time. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
But again, I can't really applaud our community enough. When you look around tonight, we're already being told we've got great viewership on tonight's Mix TV rivalry game, of course, live on the Mix 104.1 app, the ESPN Cleveland 101.3 app. Both of those apps, by the way, free of charge. Download them today. But when you go on Facebook, when you go on YouTube, great viewership for this ballgame tonight. And with that, you look around the stadium, this place is packed out for a middle school football game. Again, something that has changed in recent years. Back in the day, your parents probably came, maybe mama and papa, grandma, grandpa, whatever. But outside of that, it wasn't that big of an event. And we've seen middle school football really grow in our community as far as support, and this is a very impressive turnout tonight at Cleveland Middle School. They've been a great host, but a credit to Ocoee and Cleveland Middle both for coming out and supporting all of these football players, dance team, cheer members. Really impressive tonight, what we have going on here at Cleveland Middle.
Yeah, it's incredible that the work that our young athletes all across the board, whether it be football, baseball, basketball, dance, cheer, all of it, they work hard all year long and then come out and put out a product that we're seeing tonight. And this has been a Friday night feel to me. I know it's a Thursday night game and we're going to have to wake up and go to work in the morning, but they have done such a great job. I can't speak enough to the dance teams and the cheerleaders for both sides. Man, I walk in there during the summers and sometimes I think, man, they're outworking me as a coach. They're in here all the time. So great to get to spotlight all of these young individuals and what they're going to go on to do in the future.
Yeah, with that, we are going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on Mix TV Rivalry Games.
Buckner and Feig Funeral Home and Cremation has reopened under the leadership of Ralph Buckner Jr., renewing commitment to affordable, dignified care. Buckner and Feig Funeral Home and Cremation is here to provide the families of Cleveland and Bradley County with the most affordable, compassionate, and dignified funeral services available, restoring trust, strengthening community ties, and setting a new standard for affordability without compromising dignity. Visit BucknerFeig.com.
Welcome back to Mix TV Rivalry Games presented by Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. And we're back here live at Cleveland Middle School for this matchup, this rivalry game between Cleveland and Ocoee. I'm Andy Morris along with Jacob Mason here on the call for Mix TV. Excited that you're with us tonight. Right now, Cleveland Middle leading the action 22-12 as Ocoee trying to get back in it.
And that ball is caught. Look at him go. That's Xander Teague, and he is going to be in for 6. Not only having a big night on the defensive side, but now at the tight end position, shortening that lead for the Colts, trying to get back into this ball game.
Yeah, good-sized young man there, number 12, Xander Teague. I'm curious to see the measurements there because that was a very good pass delivered there from your quarterback.
Truett Thompson.
I couldn't remember his last name. Thompson, a good ball, only where Teague could catch it.
To see the development of these young kids, like watching Truett play last year and then watching him this year, his footwork, the time that he put in, and that's something that a lot of people don't see is all the extra reps that these young men are staying after school, throwing each other passes, working on routes, doing all those kinds of things in the offseason. It's really paying dividends here on Thursday Night Football, and there you can see what a great
That was just a good ball.
It was a great ball right where only his receiver could get it, so great job by Truett Thompson there, getting the ball to big old Xander Teague.
And to Cleveland's credit, that wasn't a busted coverage. That was just a little bit of a physical mismatch there. You had a big body on a smaller body. And whenever you combine that with a good pass, that's going to be positive results for the offense.
Well, I'll just say this. Xander came and dapped me up pregame, and it looks like he could eat me for lunch. He's a big old boy and just a great kid. Makes our hallways brighter every day that he's in it.
Jacob, you mentioned that tonight Walker Valley having some scrimmage action going on up there. If you could just kind of mention that for just a second.
Let's see this 2-point conversion. It's going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage, so that's going to be no good. Yeah, scrimmaging Farragut, I believe. When you're scrimmaging teams here on Thursday night, you're sniffing Friday night football. I always say as soon as Thursday night football starts, that means Friday nights are right around the corner.
No, you're absolutely right.
And something cool for Walker Valley. Put in the LED lights this offseason. They got the LED lights kind of like Cleveland High School has over at their place. So gonna see some light shows, I believe.
So you mean to tell me that Mike Turner said, okay, I see you, Al Morris. We're going to go ahead and do it, too, over here at Walker Valley?
I don't think you could convince Mike Turner to pull his checkbook out for much. I think we're going to give more credit to Mr. Jeremy Jones.
Okay, there we go. But, yeah, and you talk about the atmosphere on Friday nights. Before I do kind of dive into that a little bit more, I want to mention that Cleveland High School plays tomorrow in their jamboree down at Finley Stadium, home of the Chattanooga Mocs. They're taking on Marion County, and that's going to start at 8:30. Cleveland taking on Marion County at Finley Stadium in Chattanooga tomorrow night at 8:30. So we are there. Slim Money Mason, it is time for some high school football to get going. But you talk about the environments here, and that was kind of part of the conversation we had with Dr. Elliott, of course, the director of schools for Cleveland City Schools, during the halftime, and another onside kick here from Ocoee. We're seeing onside.
I'll be honest with you. You want to kick it to any of those?
I tell you what, you're right.
Guys back there, I wouldn't. I'd rather see. Roll the dice and see if I can get a lucky bounce or something like that. Cleveland has tremendous athletes back there in the backfield, so now you just got to buckle down and play some defense.
But we've talked about how good the atmosphere is here tonight, but as we spoke with Dr. Elliott, the same thing goes for our Friday night atmospheres. We take Friday night lights very seriously in our community. Of course, we've got all the mixed TV coverage of all the great games, not only here in the county but around the entire area. And the coverage is great. The attendance is great. It's a big-time event each and every Friday night at all three of our local high schools.
I think all three schools have something super special that no other schools that I've called games at have. Like, you go to a Cleveland pregame, all the stuff that they've got going on, the tailgating, like the atmosphere of it, it feels like you're at a small college almost. They've got a lot of really cool, neat things. I think Walker Valley probably has one of the most in-game atmospheres that you'll see in a high school experience. Having a 300-person band, being able to affect gameplay going on, and having just the atmosphere that they had. Now you're going to add the lights, and then you go over to Bradley High School. In my opinion, the most iconic high school stadium in the state of Tennessee. When you walk down into that bowl, you know that it's ready for Friday night football. So we have something very unique and special here.
Over at Bradley, you look and see a sign right below the Bear Walk that says "Bust Face." So that's one of the first thing the visiting sees coming in to Bear Stadium. And then, as you mentioned, Walker Valley, the addition of the lights there. Cleveland, they've got that going. They've got the Jumbotron with as I mentioned, if you missed this in the first half, we've got some great commercials and messages that are going to be delivered. One of those being from Benny Monroe, the three-time state championship head coach of the Blue Raiders, was able to come on campus with us the other day and record a commercial, and it was a great conversation with Coach Benny Monroe, and that's going to be a treat for everyone in attendance to Cleveland High School football games. Also had my good friend, very longtime friend, Demetrius Fields, who was the 1999 Tennessee Mr. Football Award winner, came in and did a commercial as well. So you're going to see some really good stuff there in that atmosphere. All three high schools, it's a fun environment that a lot's happening, and there's a lot of support from all of you out there in the community, and we appreciate that, especially here at Mix 104.1 and Mix TV.
Cleveland looks like they were able to convert there. Let's see what they're going to do here. Again, that speed on the outside, just able to do so much. It looks like they may be backing up from a penalty. Nope, they're marching it down. So, yeah, it was a unsportsmanlike conduct against the Colts, so that's huge. Not only did you pick up 4 yards there for the Raiders, but then you're going to add another 15 on top of it. Been so impressed with the athletes that Cleveland has. Not just up front, how big and how strong, but super quick, being able to get out wide, making people miss, and doing a great job. What a game we're watching here. We're ticking down inside of 40 seconds, and it's a 4-point game.
It is. And Cleveland keeping the ball on the ground. Very close, couple yards shy of a first down. And this is 2 plays in a row where we've seen maybe some potential cramping taking place. And a credit to the officials, they're trying to get the young man off the field. But
he doesn't want to come off.
That's right. When you're cramping, you got to hit the turf and stretch a little bit. And the officials, trying to add some toughness to these young men tonight.
It's so hard to get middle school kids to understand this. Working in a middle school for 11 years now, coaching at that level as well. Hydration starts.
It's important.
3 days before you are going out, and then you add on the fact that they're already outside. They're already think about how hot this week has been.
Yes.
My goodness, it's been brutal.
I hated getting into my car today after school. It was terrible.
My rear view camera wouldn't work. It was so hot. But yeah, no, it starts so far in advance. But we're going to see it on Friday nights too. The first 2 weeks are notorious, even though they've been practicing in it all summer long. Game speed is just different.
It is,
and
adrenaline's different.
Your body starts to wear down and it starts to cramp up a little bit. Yeah, you got to get those salts in there, I guess.
You've got to stay hydrated. And speaking of staying hydrated, you need to tune into The Drive each and every week, Monday through Friday. Jacob Slim Money Mason stays hydrated on there.
Yeah. And me and you like to pop a nice little energy drink because we've been at work all day.
It's been a long day, and of course The Drive on ESPN Cleveland 101.3. You can download the free ESPN Cleveland 101.3 app. And this football season, we're going to a 2-hour show, 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And on Mondays, we're going to have Cleveland High School head football coach exclusive interview Chris Brown. On Tuesdays, Walker Valley head football coach Drew Akins, and on Thursdays, Bradley Central head football coach Damon Floyd. So very excited. And of course, we do have the community kickoff game next Thursday, Cleveland at Walker Valley there at the MAC. You talked about the environment there, and a series between two teams that in recent years, this has become a much bigger rivalry than we've been accustomed to. And then following it up Friday night, Bradley Central at McMinn County, another one of the second longest rivalry in the state of Tennessee, the longest continuously running rivalry. So excited for that. 99 years of that matchup.
I can't wait for that 100th year.
You know what they used to call that? They used to call it Black Friday. They used to print up the T-shirts, have the signs and everything, and a little play on the shopping holiday, Black Friday.
Yeah, for sure. Something that's unique about our show, though, we are now going to have somebody that's calling Walker Valley games, somebody that's calling Cleveland games, and our friend Jim Gumb's going to be calling Bradley. But then you really look at it, you got Jim who graduated from Bradley. He had a daughter that went to Cleveland. I'm a Cleveland kid that married a Bradley girl that coaches at a school that feeds to Walker Valley. You graduated from Bradley High School, spent a long time up at Walker Valley coaching and working there, and now you're at Cleveland High School. You probably have the most non-biased group of 3 people talking about high school sports, giving you true coverage and really just trying to spotlight and focus on the athletes here in our town.
I couldn't have said it any better, and I knew there was going to be a point in time where Jacob had to fit it into this broadcast that he's mentioned that I have pulled the trifecta of all 3 high schools here in the area at this point, but I'm very proud of that. Already very welcomed into Cleveland High School and the city school system, and getting to interact with the students there and the staff that I work with, and it's been a lot of fun. And but you mentioned our roots, where we come from. We care about each and every one of these high schools. And speaking of, I'm going to pass over a headset here to my friend Anthony Boyd. I'm putting him on the spot. He's the general manager at Cleveland Ford. Talk about a guy who really appreciates this community and all 3 of our local high schools. You do a lot for our schools here in Bradley County and Cleveland City.
Man, I'm excited to be here.
Hold on, we got to get your volume here. We got another headset on here, guys, if you can get the volume working on that. So here in just a second, we're going to get Anthony on with us.
Okay, there we go.
There's Anthony.
Man, I haven't seen this many people at a ball game in a long time. This looks like a high school game.
It does it not?
It does. And it is exciting right when you walk in the place.
And I'll say this too, a lot of people watching on Mixed TV as well, and we've had the Cleveland Ford graphic up there.
Okay.
And one thing that if you pay attention is we got a deep ball here to the back of the end zone, incomplete. But Cleveland Ford, Anthony, you specifically have done so much for our schools here, high school, middle schools across the board, and even outside of Bradley County. You guys truly care about students and student athletes.
We sure do, and I was one of them. And you had a couple people that would donate to the schools and things like that. But making sure these guys got good, safe equipment. The cheerleaders down here, making sure they have really nice uniforms and all that stuff. All that's really, really important. So if you're a business owner right now, I'd highly encourage you to start investing in the schools, the kids, and the teachers. And it really helps out the community a lot.
Well, Anthony, this is the first time we're meeting, but I literally was just saying that to somebody the other day. Cleveland Ford does so much for our community. You just passed out something to Walker Valley. I know Cleveland had that wrestling thing that you got to attend up there a few days ago.
Coach Kevin Dresser, who is an icon in the sport of wrestling, longtime Iowa State head wrestling coach, now the director of wrestling operations there at Iowa State, names Iowa, but a former national champion, your former coach, going back to your time as a high school athlete in Virginia.
Yeah, and one thing that we had to do, we didn't have a lot of money. Our wrestling team had $300 budget, and they created a bingo hall down there to fund the wrestling team and a lot of the other athletes too. So, yeah, it was good.
So Cleveland on the ground once again, trying to punch in another one here with 6:39 to go in the ball game. Very competitive game up to this point, Jacob.
Yeah, Anthony, you nailed it on the head, though. This feels like a Friday Night Lights kind of game.
It does.
We were talking about earlier on the broadcast, in our community, middle schools operate like high schools. Our high schools operate like small colleges. This town really, really does a good job of spotlighting its student athletes.
They do, and I came from Johnson City, and when you go to a middle school game, you just do not see this. So that's a huge testament to this community. They actually show up and for these guys and gals on the sidelines.
Yeah, and of course, you talk about showing up. Cleveland Ford continues to show up for our student athletes. So I saw you walking by. We made eye contact, and it was over. I said, "You're coming over, Anthony," because we are so thankful. Of course, we love when you're able to come on Mixed Mornings with Steve and Bridget. You do a great job showcasing everything that's going on at Cleveland Ford and what you guys are able to do in the community.
Well, not only are we doing stuff for the community has been a tremendous asset to us too, and have used us for our service department, our parts, and of course our sales. So we appreciate the community too.
If you could talk about what you've recently done for teachers via oil changes.
Yeah, actually today we had our mobile van out at Bradley High School today. They were able to change 15 teachers' oils in their car for free. And last week we did Cleveland High School and knocked out, I think, 30 teachers. So we want to do that and give back to the community, not only to athletics, but oh my gosh, the teachers. I don't know about you, but me being in a classroom with 30 students all day long, I couldn't do it. And so shout out to the teachers.
It's a calling. There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
Just to be able to give just a little bit back to the teachers, I mean, it's an honor for us.
Well, as a teacher, I greatly appreciate it. I know that means so much to us, especially this time of year, man. It's we're getting back into the swing of things, and that's just another thing that we're trying to check off of our list, making sure our vehicle's taken care of.
That's
and it
right.
sounds like you're doing the Lord's work and blessing them as they're getting back into the classroom.
Well, we appreciate it, and what's even more exciting is Cleveland has scored a touchdown.
That's right. As we're speaking, Cleveland punches in another one, currently a 28-18 lead with 6:16 to go here in the ball game, and looking like they're lining up to go for two. That's one thing I like about middle school. No offense to the kickers out there, but hey, let's go for two every single time. I love that. That's hard-nosed football is what I consider that.
Heck yeah, get down there and try to push one in, right?
Now, I know we might have just offended some of our really good local high school kickers, but it's a little bit different at the middle school level.
Yeah, you get them every once in a while. I know Ocoee had a pretty good kicker last year that came through, and then, I remember even when Mr. Bolaños' child was in middle school, he was a phenomenal kicker.
Yeah, so once again, you're watching Mixed TV rivalry games. Anthony Boyd with Cleveland Ford, appreciate you taking the time to come on with us and continue to promote our schools and everything you guys do. We appreciate it, of course, here at Mix 104.1 and Mixed TV as well.
We appreciate you guys, too, and it's a huge testament that y'all come out here on, a not so night, almost rainy night to come out here, and so the whole entire community can watch this, and people that are indoors right now. So thank you guys. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming on with us. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to continue fourth quarter action when we come back here on Mixed TV.
Injuries don't wait, and neither should you. At Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics walk-in clinics, you'll see orthopedic specialists right away. No appointment needed. We help you move better, faster. Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Expert care right when you need it.
Shopping for insurance starts out simple enough. Once you begin, though, you quickly see there are a lot of options. Lots and lots of options doing the shopping for you. Too good to be true? Well, it's not. And we are waiting to help you just like we have been for over the past 90 years. We shop to save you time and money so you can get back to those important things in life. Cleveland Insurance. Live life protected.
Cleveland Tire is ready to help your auto any way it can. We're one of the largest providers of Goodyear brand tires in the area. We sell all major brand tires. We have ASE certified mechanics on staff 6 days a week. We also have a commercial truck tire center that provides 24-hour roadside service and minor mechanical repairs on site. We have built our reputation on years of quality, affordable work and tires. We pride ourselves in customer satisfaction and great service. Cleveland Tire Center.
The new fiber network is going to place Cleveland, Tennessee at the forefront of technology. Cleveland is ready for this, and it's going to be a great future. My message to Cleveland, Tennessee is call Cleveland Utility Authority right now to get signed up for the new fiber broadband network that is coming to a neighborhood near you.
Imagine a truck that doesn't just own the road, it dominates it. It's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. And our new GMC Sierra is elevating every moment of that journey for me. It's not just a truck, it's a lifestyle. Don Ledford didn't just sell me a truck. They saw the lifestyle I wanted, and they found me that truck.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher that can offer free meal prep, including over 30 different marinades and seasonings to help you craft the perfect dinner. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
I bet he'd be great at cleaning.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
Honda of Cleveland is giving away a brand new 2027 Honda Civic to a deserving coach this year. From Pee Wee League to the college level, all athletic coaches are eligible. Each month, we will choose a coach for that month, and at the end of the year, the 12 finalists will gather to be celebrated and see who wins that brand new 2027 Honda Civic from Honda of Cleveland. Nominate your favorite coach at mymix1041.com.
You're watching MixedTV.tv, the rivalry games. Fourth quarter coverage is presented by our friends at Be the New You. No starving, no fad diets, just real food and medical science designed to drop pounds and restore your energy. Learn more at BeTheNewYou.com.
Welcome back to Mixed TV Rivalry Games. We're live here at Cleveland Middle School for this matchup between the Cleveland Middle Blue Raiders and the Ocoee Middle Colts. I'm Andy Morris along with Jacob Mason, and we had a little bit of an extended break there, Jacob, as there was an injury on the field.
And Cleveland's two-point conversion is good, so that's going to extend the lead to 30-18. Emerson on.
Yeah, I was going to say, and who else? Number 22, Javon Emerson, the running back. In case you missed it, he's had one heck of a night for Cleveland Middle.
Yeah, the Cleveland athletes being able to get out wide and create some space, but then bounce it back in the middle and run up through the holes really tough. Great overall job by that unit. But yeah, it's been a great game. Currently, starting the fourth quarter, there was an injury, so we had to take a little bit of extended break. Good news is he's on his feet, walking off, and that's what we love to see is, you know, these athletes okay and get up and walking just fine.
That's right. Football, even at the middle school level, still a very tough game, and these young men coming out here and laying it on the line on this Thursday night. Mixed TV Rivalry Games. Once again, Cleveland hosting Ocoee. Always a fun game, and you mentioned, Jacob, how in recent years this game, as well as we mentioned our ESPN Cleveland Community Kickoff game next Thursday night, Cleveland at Walker Valley. That rivalry, specifically Cleveland-Ocoee, Cleveland-Walker Valley, has become such a big deal in this community.
Yeah, it's definitely sizzling. There's and the good news is it's a healthy competition.
It
as
is.
well.
It is.
You're not seeing any off the field issues or anything like that. It's just two really good football teams lining up and playing some quality football.
So we've seen a lot of onside kicks tonight. Looks like we potentially could see another one. It's a little bit of a line drive kick up the middle, and Ocoee doing a great job just making sure that ball doesn't get loose to start a fresh drive, because they've got plenty of time, Jacob. 6:10 to go here in the ball game, and we've seen this Ocoee offense have some success tonight as they try to dig in a little bit deeper into the bag of tricks to get back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, if they're able to drop down and score and, you know, make this more of a manageable game, you just never know what's going to happen. We've seen 2 onside kicks so far tonight. We've seen a kickoff return back to the house. There's been all kinds of things that we've been able to see. So it's been an exciting game. You just never know what's going to happen.
So Ocoee set here, first down, right around midfield at about the 44-yard line is where this drive is going to start for the Colts. And looks like they're going to go ahead and stick with that run game, and Cleveland showing up front, playing with a lot of aggression there, coming in to push that pile back towards the Ocoee side of the field.
They've done a good job of limiting explosive plays on the running side of the football. Snead has done a great job. He's been able to find some holes and make make something out of nothing. But for the most part, this Cleveland defense has done a good job managing the run game.
While we have a second here, Jacob, I want to go ahead and I'll allow you time to do the same, but mention the coaching staff for Cleveland Middle. Head coach Martez Barber, Ashton Boyd, Rodney Brodnax, Mike Conley, Tyler Farley, Deetris Graham, CJ Hardy, and Cooper Rennick. Guys, these are some really, really good people that invest and spend a lot of time with these student athletes, these football players, and very thankful for the time that they invest in all our kids. And going over to the Ocoee side of things, of course, you've got head coach John Weiss, who, man, I tell you what, Coach Weiss, a good leader, a solid leader, a great character of a person. Anytime you engage in any conversation with him, it's enjoyable because he brings the energy. But Carlos Rivas, Tanner McGuire, Philip Garrett, Brandon Fleming, Colby Fields, Spencer Earls, Mark Denatolis, and Rick Albright. All these guys investing a lot of time in that Ocoee football team as well. So a tip of the cap to both of these coaching staffs for the time and leadership that they invest in these middle school football players.
So Cleveland stuffs that one again. Great job by the defensive line unit. Sneed was not able to really go anywhere. It looks like he might have lost a yard or two. Now with 5 minutes left on the clock. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
One thing that was always enjoyable about playing junior high now, we know as middle school football, is you play these games on Thursday night. It was always fun to go back to school on Friday as you're getting ready to go be in attendance and watch the high school games, but to talk to your friends about how well you played the night before and how good your team did. So these young men looking forward to going to school tomorrow, but of course only one team's going to get to come out on top, and we see a batted ball there, incomplete.
Yeah, there's going to be a flag. It was thrown behind him, but it looked like he might have gotten there a little bit early. Number 17 for the Raiders having a big night, both on the offense and defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, that's Malachi Gross. A very big night indeed, as you said, Jacob.
So look at the replay here. Thompson drops back and throws, and again, a little bit behind him, but the contact was a little early. So they're going to call pass interference there, and I think that may be enough for a first down. It's going to be very close. Yep, they're gonna give it to him. So that's going to be a first down for the Colts.
So now it becomes a clock game as well for Ocoee. We see the deep ball downfield. We've got an open receiver. It's tipped. Good coverage. So the receiver able to get over the top of the safety for Cleveland. But again, I believe that was number 17, Malachi Gross, who went up. And even though the receiver was over the top, he timed that ball so well, he high-pointed the football and was able to get his hand on it to make sure that was an incomplete pass.
Well, Truett Thompson just took a big hit in the backfield, and he immediately got up to his feet, and Coach was asking him if he's okay, and he waved him off like, "You're not taking me off this field." Not the biggest young man, but he's worked so hard, and you see his arm talent, what he's been able to come out here and do tonight, and how tough he is. Mental toughness.
Yeah, you got to admire that toughness. You see his teammates putting their arms around him, pumping him up because they're impressed by it as well.
Yeah, he's a great young man. Again, does a great job of brighting our school building every day.
But as I said, Jacob, this is becoming a game not only against the Blue Raiders, if you're Ocoee, but against the clock as well.
Wow,
as we see a broke tackle that's going to result nearly in a touchdown, going to be brought down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, if we get a chance to go back and watch that one, you see the broken tackles that he makes on that play. He just refuses to go down, head full of steam, and is able to bust right through the line of scrimmage and take a few defenders with him. Yeah, here's the replay. Gets it, breaks through one there, able to bust through another right there, and then gets hawked down there at the end.
That's why it's so important when you're tackling. Of course, all the effort there from Cleveland, but we see a loss of yards on this play here.
Yeah, it was a low snap, and Thompson was able to hop on it, but that's going to make a first and goal a little bit harder here for the Colts.
But so important to wrap up, but also you got to give the Cleveland defender credit. He held on as long as he could. Got to get 11 hats to the football, or else sometimes those big plays can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a great job there by Sneed, but now the Colts backing themselves up. On the scoreboard, it says 2nd and 14. It's 2nd and goal from the 14-yard line.
So we've got ourselves a ball game here with Ocoee threatening just outside of 3 minutes left in this ball game. And there goes Cleveland's defense swarming to the football much better on that play.
Yeah, he's going to get back to around the original line of scrimmage, so gain of 4, but that's going to bring up 3rd down. So realistically, you're looking at 2 plays here to try to get the ball into the end zone.
Yeah, got to have some urgency here if you're Ocoee to try to quickly score now with the clock being under 3 minutes to go in the ball game.
Well, how we've seen kickoffs go tonight.
You never know.
You never know.
So they're sticking to the run game. The ball's on the field, and the Blue Raiders were very close to having it, but I think Ocoee retained possession, and they sure did. And that was the quarterback, Thompson, getting back in to cover that one up.
Great awareness by Thompson there, because it looked like Sneed got hit pretty good and the ball popped out and he's there seeing it and hops right on top of it. Otherwise, you kind of could have, signed, sealed, delivered this one to the Blue Raiders.
So clock moving quick here. We're down to 2 minutes to go in this ball game. Again, Ocoee down 4th and goal here. They're going to throw it. Intercepted by the Blue Raiders. And, of course, who is it? No other than number 17, Malachi Gross. And he's going to take this one back across midfield near the 50-yard line, and that will sign, seal, and deliver this ball game to the Cleveland Middle Blue Raiders.
Yeah.
And what an exciting game, Jacob.
Absolutely. The score is going to say 18-30, and really Cleveland could go down here and score again. We've seen their athletes and how quick they are, especially when they get to the outside. But what a game we've gotten to witness here at Cleveland Middle School tonight. But I think it's easy for me, if we're going to give out a player of the game, number 17 for the Blue Raiders has had himself a night.
Yeah, between, and here's the instant replay, you see him doing a good job making sure he gets that football to the outside arm as he goes down that sideline to prevent any type of fumble off that interception. Again, number 17, Malachi Gross, but you got to give a lot of credit to number 22, Javon Amerson, and then, of course, the quarterback for the Blue Raiders, Connor Green. All those young men had great nights tonight for the Blue Raiders.
Absolutely. Yeah, you just look at Malachi's stat sheet for tonight. Kickoff return back to the house, a touchdown on the ground, and then now a interception that he returns for 40, 50, I guess it'd be almost 50 yards.
It was right about 50 yards. I'd say, depending on where he caught it, it's marked just shy of the 50, probably a 49-yard interception return.
Absolutely. So far been a great game. It looks like this probably will end it for the Colts, just barring any kind of crazy action. But currently the score 30-18. Can't give enough credit to both of these schools, though. They've done a great job. Seen great play from both sides. Great night from Cleveland's quarterback, Green. You talked about Malachi. Seen a lot of great defensive plays from their defensive line. Just an overall great night for both squads. So it looks like this one's going to be whistled dead before we start. Let's see.
So now we've got the clock at 1:42 to go in the ball game, and Jacob, it's been so much fun calling this one with you. Anytime we can showcase our middle school football teams, and I'm going to go ahead and challenge you for the rest of the season when we've got opportunities to do these mixed TV middle school spotlight games. Let's get it. Slim Money Mason right here alongside with me. Always a lot of fun to call these with you.
For sure. Enjoy it. I'm going to miss getting to call games with you on Friday nights on the radio, but maybe we can find a little side avenue. I'm going to have to talk to the boss, though. We all know things got to be ran through the boss of the household. So we will see. Maybe we got some more of these in our future, though.
Yeah, I think so. So with that, we are going to go ahead and take what I would say potentially, no, it looks like they're getting ready to come back on here. We are going to not take a commercial break, as I tried to call an audible there on the guys in the trailer. They're getting ready to cue one up for us, but they're quick to get back to the action here. Of course, next Thursday, our ESPN Cleveland 101.3 community kickoff game starting on Thursday. Cleveland High School, the Blue Raiders at Walker Valley there at the MAC on Thursday night, and that's going to be followed up immediately as we've got a big run here by number 22 of the Blue Raiders, Javon Amerson. But that game's going to be followed up Thursday night, going over to Friday night, Bradley Central at McMinn County. One of the longest running rivalries in the state of Tennessee, as we've been told, the 99th consecutive season that game has taken place. So a very impressive matchup there on Friday night for the ESPN Cleveland 101.3 community kickoff game. What a great slate of high school football to start things this season on Mixed TV.
So great run up there the middle for Amerson, going to gain about 4 yards, tackled by number 12, Xander Teague. Xander had a great night, has had a touchdown pass thrown to him at the tight end position, but then has created a lot of pressure and a lot of havoc there on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Jacob, I had mentioned this earlier in the broadcast as our clock ticks underneath 1 minute. But I think both of these teams, watching the gameplay tonight for this week, our first mixed TV middle school game, there's several games ahead on the schedule for both these teams, and I think there's going to be a lot of success for both Cleveland Middle and Ocoee Middle.
Absolutely. Definitely a war here tonight between these two. The score is going to say 18-30 when it ends, but really you had Ocoee knocking on the door down here on 4th and goal, and just a great night for both of them. But Cleveland played a very, very good ball game. The athletes definitely came out and showed out.
Yeah, and again, a huge shout out to Ocoee Middle coach John Weiss and his staff, and of course the winning coach tonight, Martez Barber, and his staff for the time they've invested in these athletes, as well as our cheerleaders and our dance teams and our band members present tonight. What a great showcase of two of our middle schools in the community, and the spotlight was on them tonight on Mixed TV, and we were very proud, Jacob and me, Andy Morris, very proud to be able to bring this to our viewers all over the country, all over the world on the free ESPN Cleveland 101.3 app, the free Mix 104.1 app, mixtv.tv. Going to keep these bad boys going throughout the season, not only with these middle school games, but of course we talked about the community kickoff games next week, and throughout the entire season we've got such a great slate of games. You're going to be able to hear some of the great personalities at WCLE, Steve Hartline, Stephen Shelton, Denny Collins, a lot of guys that care about this community and these athletes calling these mixed TV games. So proud to be a part of that team with you, Jacob, and I know that it's a joy for us to be able to come and call these games.
For sure. Love being a cog in the wheel, man. It's fun to get to spotlight these athletes. That's what we're here to do. You know, we want to show how much work the football team, the dance team, the cheerleaders, all these guys put in to make a great product. And like our friend Anthony from Cleveland Ford said, we just got to watch a Friday night football game on Thursday.
And so here are some of the Hardy's, almost said Friday night, Hardy's Thursday night highlights. And of course, we talked about how big of a night number 17, Malachi Gross had. That's the kickoff return that he had early in the game. And here is quarterback Green delivering one of several excellent downfield passes while under pressure, and that one was to number 24, River Morris. And then going over to the Ocoee side of things, number 1 for the Colts,
Kane Hedrick.
Here's another one, and I believe this one was this 12? No, that was Hedrick once again, so a couple big plays for him, and there's that play, of course,
Xander Teague.
Number 12, Xander Teague. So we saw some big plays tonight, some excellent highlights.
Great play from both of the quarterbacks. You just watched there, Truett Thompson being able to, and then great run here by Sneed of the Colts, able to get down there and give his team a chance, just not able to come up with it. Here comes the interception by Malachi. He takes this thing almost 50 yards to kind of seal the deal.
Yeah, Malachi Gross, what a big night for him. And talking about going to school tomorrow and talking about a ball game, Mr. Malachi going to have a good day at school tomorrow at Cleveland Middle School.
Mr. Malachi is going to be really popular. And another guy that had a good night, I know you've got the Cleveland roster in front of you, number 22.
Yeah, number 22 was Javon Amerson.
Javon Amerson had a great night in the ground and pound, was kind of the thunder to their lightning.
Yeah, so with that, it's been, as I've said, I'm going to say it again, such a joy for us to call this game at Cleveland Middle School. We want to thank everybody at Cleveland Middle for allowing us to be here, setting everything up tonight, putting on such a great atmosphere for all the fans and students to be able to come out and enjoy this Mixed TV Middle School Rivalry Game. Final score, Cleveland Middle 30, Ocoee 18. For Jacob Mason, I'm Andy Morris. We hope you have a great night and tune in to our next Mixed TV Rivalry Game.